Yeah, it is our program. That's true. And it's also live on Twitch right now. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Communal Brewing.
I was about to do a heroin.
I know. I just ruined Jason's dream of doing heroin while on a Zoom call with one other person. So...
Hey, man, want to watch me take a nap?
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Communal Brewing with Levi and Jason. Levi. I'm not nuts. It's the Nuts and Trashy Deck Building and Storytime Power Hour. So I did have it in the I have it in the description that we were going to do a Tarkir Dragonstorm commander, but if we don't want to do that, we can pivot. That is an option.
I don't want to do this show.
You don't want to do this show?
No. No.
All right.
I don't care. I was like, do I have an opinion about whether we do Tarkir Dragonstorm? Here's the deal. I just kind of want to rant angrily.
Yeah.
So new people are joining, and so all the dumb questions are getting asked again on Reddit, which is cool, but I keep seeing hey, are people cool with I use this as a proxy or if I use that as a proxy? And it's like,
what kind of what are they asking about for proxies?
It doesn't matter to me. I don't think it matters.
So you are
like, magic is too expensive, but I'm like, no, Smothering Tithe is expensive. I avoid the $50 expensive Smothering Tithe by having a fucking imagination. That's kind of how I feel about it. So like,
I hear that. I am generally a pro proxy person. Like, I don't care if somebody proxies something, but I do like understand your point of view where it's like, it doesn't have to be heinously expensive.
Card.
It doesn't have to be expensive if you don't.
There's nothing you need. And if it's Gaia's Cradle or whatever, then you're playing some sort of CEDH shit anyway.
Right.
And like, who cares if you proxy there, I guess, right?
Right. Yeah, yeah. And
in
my
experience, the people that really like the really, really spiky magic, they just want to play the spiky magic.
Yeah.
It's like,
I mean, there's a reason it's
like the vintage of magic, and they're just like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah. So for anybody that's hopping in the chat right now, we are looking for commander suggestions. I have it in the description that we're doing a Tarkir commander, but if people don't want to do Tarkir just yet because it's not out for a couple weeks,
you want to work backwards from a card. There were some cards that like I was picking through bulk, and I'm like, this card sucks, but like, what if it didn't?
What kind of card are you thinking?
Look at Disinformation Campaign. See if that kind of sparks some bullshit we could be doing, or if it's just like,
all right,
we're building around surveilling.
One blue and a black. When enters the battlefield, you draw a card, and each opponent discards a card. Whenever you surveil, return Disinformation Campaign to its owner's hand.
I really just want to do this in some sort of Enchantress build where you just keep bouncing it.
Okay.
But I don't know what the rest of the deck is.
So there's actually a standard deck that's built around essentially something like this. It is now it's the tricky part is it's Esper because there's a pixie. There's a 1-mana pixie that bounces stuff. But there is a Dimir version of this.
You know what would be cool? Tatsunari. That could be funny. I don't know. I really like the idea of playing Enchantress with an enchantment that has card draw built into it. So you're going to draw more cards, plus you're going to make them discard.
So Tatsunari Toad Rider, whenever you cast an enchantment spell, if you don't control a creature named Kami, create Kami, a legendary 3/3 black and green frog. Whenever you cast an enchantment spell, each opponent loses and you gain a life, and then you can pay 1 and a hybrid green or green and blue, and target frog you control can't be blocked this turn except by creatures with flying or reach. You're draining a little bit, but you're not drawing any extra cards.
No, I'm saying but that's sort of a deck where you want to be gating and recasting enchantments. Like Tatsunari is the reason shit like Shimmering Wings pop.
What if we looked at like Enchantress commanders in Dimir? Or Esper. I mean, there's lots of...
I was actually thinking, not Esper. I was thinking Sultai.
Okay. Esper would have lots of them.
But you could look at Dimir, because we could pair
Esper like is the bounce is like the bounce color combo.
Esper is more blink.
Or well, yeah,
but like
bounce blink.
I'm talking about like, do you want to play Disinformation Campaign with an Enchantress out and gain 2 or 3 cards?
Well, actually, blink is
discard.
Blink is just fine for Disinformation Campaign because it doesn't have to be cast; it just has to enter the battlefield. So blinking it a bunch of times is also very doable.
Okay, there's something here. Maybe blinking like ETB shit like Ravenous Rats.
So if we look up bounce, let's look up. Actually, I think blink is gonna be better.
What about? I'm thinking like pairing discard with Reanimator versus.
So
or just some. I don't know. This could be a dead end, but I'm looking at Disinformation Campaign. I'm like, there has to be something interesting to do with this.
Yeah. So Dimir blinks Satori the Infiltrator. When Satori the Infiltrator and or one or more non-token creatures enter the battlefield under control, if none of them were cast. Okay, so that really just wants to blink creatures. Garuda, Doom of Death.
I wouldn't hate if we could get surveil triggers off of the commander, though.
Let's see. I wonder if surveil triggers off of the commander. I would think that would be in Dimir, but I don't really see much in here. Not at least I'm just looking at a very like limited little space here, but
I do like some Master of Keys.
So Murko Obsessive Theorist, whenever you surveil, put 1 counter on it. At the beginning of your end step, you may return target creature with power less than Murko's from your graveyard to the battle for the finality counter on it.
Okay.
It's kind of
power less
interesting.
than Murko's, so we would have to.
So Aminatou, the Aminatou Veil Piercer from Duskmourn. At the beginning of your upkeep, surveil 2. Each enchantment card in your hand has Miracle. Ooh.
Could you build budget Aminatou? Because like that may be like a completely new deck, but like, what about budget Aminatou? I do like the idea of like miracling. Shaving 4 off the cost of an enchantment is very cool.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. So,
but like, is there a reason to bother doing that?
I mean, I would imagine that a lot of her decks are. I would imagine a lot of her decks are running the big mana cost enchantment, like the big splashy mana cost enchantments. I would have to imagine that that's what that is.
Yeah. Yeah, you're probably right.
Which I mean, I've played against that card before, and it's like a fun little deck. But I think,
but like our twist on it would be like budget, but also it's like we're bad. We're a bad version of that deck that's annoying. I get that.
Yeah. So I mean, we've talked about it before, but a lot of newer commanders have like splashy effects, but they are a little narrow. Intentionally narrow to kind of
on rails. It's like
right, that's they're intentionally narrow or restricted so that way they can put big splashy things and not have them ruin the format.
If you would set mechanic, instead set mechanic plus, which is
Eloise Nefalious Sleuth. Whenever another creature you control dies, investigate. Whenever you sack. Hold on.
Stop doing Esper precons.
Eloise Nefalious Sleuth. 3 blue and a black. Whenever another creature you control dies, investigate. Whenever you sacrifice a token, surveil 1.
The thing I did with Eloise, I think there was like an infinite combo where you would just make all the counters, the tokens you wanted. Probably. I think you would make your tokens into 0/0 so they would die and then come in and you would just like infinitely trigger. So it's like something like March of the Machines or something like that.
Oh. Okay.
So like that's a dumb combo deck, but like Kess has a pretty cool Eloise deck, but I don't remember what he was doing with it.
Someone asked about a Megrim.
Megrim is it's just an enchantment says when they discard they take 2.
Yeah, so
but like I wish there was a budget way to just make like a ton of copies of Megrim. That could be really funny.
There's ways to copy
because it's been printed 50 times, but like
there's ways to copy enchantments.
Are they budgety though?
I don't know actually.
I feel like they're all like a couple of bucks, which makes it real hard to do. I mean, no, I specifically don't want to do Constellation because, like, if it becomes too on rails, then I don't want to build something that exists as on a better deck with a different commander. I don't want to build a bad version of something just because it's $50. I want to do something fun, and I think it would be fun to.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just find because what we did the three dog deck came from me being like, I really wish Fire Whip was like cool or
Right.
right. So we made Fire Whip cool. How do we make something else cool? I guess, or we could just pick a dumb dragon commander, just throw a bunch of stupid dragons in it. Like, what do you want to do?
I mean, there's lots of stuff from Tarkir that's in there that's fun. There's a couple Mardu commanders that I'll probably end up building something
Master
with.
of Keys Voltron with backgrounds and bestow that like I think people are pitching us their pet decks. And
Honestly, that's not honestly that's not the worst idea though.
but like I don't want to build a bad version of someone's pet deck.
So Master of Keys,
though it's cool when they are in chat to help us.
Master of Keys is X white blue black. When it enters, put X when counters and on and mill twice X cards. And each enchantment card in your graveyard has escape. The escape cost is equal to the card's mana cost plus 3 other cards from your graveyard.
Well, what are we?
I mean, that would be the way to do it. Because it's on enter, so you'd want to.
But that's just a. Your graveyard is a hand you can play stuff out of type deck.
Basically, yeah.
And at $50, you don't have a ton of ways to not have your pants entirely pulled down around your ankles by something like Bajuka Bog.
Yeah, I mean, that happens to any graveyard deck, though.
Yeah, but I feel like non-$50 decks are kind of like, okay, that happened versus like a budget deck where you're like, I watched you cast Preordains and play with Sensei's Divining Top for 15 minutes so I could tap out to play a creature, and you just like... wipe my graveyard. So
yeah,
I don't know. I have this fantasy that every time I build a $50 deck, it should be bracket 3. I don't know why.
Master of Keys has a CEDH tag on it. People are playing CEDH with Master of Keys.
People are. It's I don't know.
Interesting. I'll be the first to admit I don't know shit about I don't think I could just put together a CEDH deck out of nowhere just because I just don't know. How
I don't know what works. Enchantments you want to be casting.
Yeah, so I mean, but as far as
in CEDH, it's not.
As far as making disinformation campaign like worthwhile, it's because it's whenever you surveil.
Yeah, that's fine. It was just it doesn't have to be that card specifically, but that was one that I came across going through bulk.
I would say the one that I had picked out was probably your best one, where whenever you sacrifice a token, you surveil.
Eloise. Yeah. Plus, you can just throw March on the Machines and Eloise and just have a deck that goes, oop, I win with Zulaport Cutthroat. Like, you actually have a 2-card combo with your commander that only needs you to benefit from an infinite number of creatures entering and leaving the battlefield all at once.
Oh, yeah, there's Eloise right there. That makes sense.
CDH Master Keys is somewhat viable. That's cool. I don't want to build an Eloise deck, though. Necessarily. Do you?
Not necessarily.
What do we want to do?
Marvo Deep Operative. Whenever Marvo Deep Operative attacks, clash with the defending player. Whenever you win a clash, draw a card, then you may cast a spell from your hand with mana value 8 or less without paying its mana cost.
Well, that's deeply stupid. How do we win Clash in a $50 deck that doesn't have Sensei's Divining Top and that kind of bullshit?
Because then you just play, you do some surveil, but then you also play tons of just big mana splashy stuff, like rooms and whatever.
Would this deck be fun and funny enough?
I mean, clashing is an objectively funny thing to do during a Magic game.
Clashing does seem really funny. Oh, and you can also make sure you win the clash by just playing spells that say put target creature on top of its owner's library.
Yeah.
There are a couple of those in blue, and I think that is very funny removal.
Mm-hmm. So then Okay, so each clashing player reveals the top card of their library, then puts that card on the top or bottom. Then a player wins if their card had a higher mana value. So you scry. Each player essentially scries, and then whoever had the higher mana value card that got scried wins. Essentially,
Yeah.
So you could.
I like the idea. Are there like 5 mana spells on the front and like a basic plain or swamp on the back? Because that kind of stuff's really good too. When you're clashing and it's just like, I will never cast the front of this.
Oh, like if you have like,
I think I
like as an MDFC or something.
Mythic MDFCs that are like, it's like a 4 or 5 mana stupid spell on the front, but you just want to play it as land.
Right, but you're okay with it hitting it on a clash because it'll help you win the clash. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but it's a land drop also. If like, because you know it's a land drop, so like, I think MDFC clash is the way to go. I don't know if it's cheap enough, but I think that could be a funny way to do it. You want to do Marvo just for shits and
let's just do it, just because this is goofy as hell. Marvo it is. Marvo Deep Operative.
It's going to be Marvelous, everybody. Hey, welcome back to the Nuts and Trashy Show. It's me, your host. I'm one of those squirrels. I don't remember which one.
You're definitely trashy. I'm not.
Land cycling. Now we are thinking with portals. We are going to put expensive stuff that we will never cast it for its mana value. It's going to win us clashes, and
then we're just going to get rid of it later. Yeah.
Yeah, either we'll cycle it or we'll play its backside.
Should we like... Is there something besides an Eldrazi that shuffles your library once it hits the graveyard? Is there anything besides an Eldrazi that does that? To shuffle your graveyard back into your library.
Well, we don't need to. I mean, if you
there's like Midnight Clock. There's like Midnight Clock does that.
Yeah. But like not on a non-Eldrazi. Oh, but also there are probably 25-cent Eldrazi at this point.
Mm-hmm. Probably. I don't know if that Kozilek is 25 cents, but
okay. So let's look at MDFC.
Because actually, honestly, if that Kozilek, which Kozilek is it though?
But it would be like the very first ones were the ones that when it hit the graveyard, you shuffled it,
right?
With them reanimated, and then later, like it's a 15-mana creature.
It's not Butcher of Truth, right? It is. It actually is. It's also $45.
Yeah. Did you think it was?
I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why I thought that, because because actually like Eldrazi, the cheap Eldrazi are gonna win a decent chunk of clashes, and then you can either dump them or you can keep them and put them on the battlefield.
Levi,
what?
You know, be good in this deck.
What?
Gaze Cradle.
No, it wouldn't, because you can't even play it. You'd get disqualified immediately. You'll be good in this deck, a card that you can't play.
Fine. Tellurian Academy.
Also banned.
Well, what's the black one? Crypt of Agadine.
Just making shit up now.
No, Crypt of Agadine gives you a black mana for each creature in your graveyard, which makes it much closer to Gaze Cradle and Tellurian Academy than Phyrexian Tower.
So I think what we should do is look at something. We should look at Surveil /
No, let's look at
Scry
first.
Or Scry. Okay, sure, MDFCs. Is there a good way to search for that on EDH?
Scryfall, yes.
Scryfall, yes. Is there? I was trying to think if there's a good way to do it
on EDH rec. No.
Yeah, I don't think there really is a good way to do it.
Dread and Guile. Oh, I think it's possible Guile is in our budget. Let me look how much Guile is. Not Guile, Guile. There's 2 Guiles. Okay, one, there's Guile, but also there's Guile, right?
What?
Okay, there's Guile, right? The creature Guile, but there's also the creature Guile.
Oh, there's just Guile.
There's a creature called Guile, just like
3 blue, and it looks like a really like hilarious like angry owl lizard centipede thing.
Sonic Boom. It was a mono blue Guile deck where you would just counter their shit and just like take it, and it was very fun to play that at FNM. Boom.
This is a
pickles lock in it.
The art is this, and this is just outrageous. Okay, Guile can't be blocked except by 3 or more. Oh, there we go. we've got the MDFC
Put in a graveyard
Scryfall
from anywhere.
search.
shuffle it
Shout out
wherever's
Kermie
over.
Vexus for
Oh, thanks, Kermie Vexus. We know how to use Scryfall, but like now we don't have to, and we appreciate when people chat our buddy.
Okay,
11
let's see.
results.
If a spell or ability you control would counter a spell and set exile that spell, and you may play that card without paying its mana cost. That's disgusting.
Yeah, but also when it would be put in a graveyard from anywhere, shuffle it into his owner's library, and it is 93 cents.
Perfect. That's exactly the card I want. That is exactly the kind of card I want in this bullshit. Okay, so
Plus, if you have a Guile out, you just kind of do the kind of bullshit that I like to do in EDH. Guile is so good at doing the things I like. I thought I was a blue player until like 2 years ago.
Umara Wizard is going to be right up our alley here. Dirt cheap, but it's a 5-mana creature on front and a land on back.
Scornful Egotist is another card that I don't want to play, but it's the same kind of thing where like it costs 8 mana, but you're supposed to play it as a 3-mana 2/2.
Yeah.
Umara Wizard is exactly what we want. We're going to win some clashes with this.
Yeah.
We've got our lands have CMC 5.
Yeah. Alrund, God of the Cosmos, gets 1/1 for each card in your hand, and for each foretold card you own in exile. At the beginning of your end step, choose a card type, then reveal it. Then reveal the top 2 cards of your library. Put all cards of the chosen type into your hand, and the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. The backside is,
but that's not a land on the back.
It's not
but
a land on the back.
2-mana creature. What's the Raven do?
So flying, whenever Hawkeye Whispering Raven deals combat damage to a player, return to its owner's hand. Then Scry 2. Scry 2 is not the worst thing.
So whenever you hit them with your 2-mana 2/3 flying commander, you scry 2? Or does Haka not give them
You could
damage?
No, it would. It's the same permanent.
In an all-run deck, Haka, that's funny. I like that.
Yeah,
but then you're playing mono
funny.
blue, attack them with a bird deck, and that's dumb, so I get it.
It's dumb, but it's also very funny.
Yeah, it's deeply funny, dude. I had a Cosima deck. Imagine attacking, my commander is a boat called the Omen Keel.
Oh, I didn't catch this, but Kermie Vex has resubscribed for 5 months, so thank you.
We were talking about Magic the Gathering. So we
add a T land to the search. Okay, yeah. Shout out Kermie Vexus, just on top of it today.
But if you add a T land, then you take out some of our 11 total results.
Yeah. The other ones are only like 3 and 2 mana on the front, which, I mean, you might win a clash with that, but probably not.
Well, again, if it's a land,
then you don't care. Yeah.
Then we don't care. It is,
yeah.
Then
then you've got
objectively good to have.
I'm going to throw Alrund in, but we can cut him later if we need to. Hydroelectric Specimen is a 3 mana on the front.
But like also, Alrund says at the beginning of your end step, do something to the top of your library, like
right. And Hydroelectric Specimen can
but like
Hydroelectric Specimen can redirect something, can redirect an instant, which is not nothing. Let's see, Salundi Vision. It's 3 mana on the front, land on the back. Look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may reveal an instant or sorcery card from among them, put it into your hand, put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order.
Need Marisi update? I do not know what you mean by that. Is Marisi update the name of a card?
I don't think it is.
I don't either.
What is? I don't know. I don't actually know what any of that means.
Yeah, that's rage bait for sure.
Yeah, it is rage bait. Let's see here. Oh, commit to memory. Yeah.
Rooms, Aftermath, and other split cards have combined.
Yeah. So rooms.
Flash.
Yeah, rooms almost always have humongous mana values. Yeah, commit to memory because it's a combined thing.
God. So commit to memory's mana cost is 9.
It would be 10. Yeah.
No, 6 plus 4. Yeah. You want to know what I did? I was like, memory 6 plus commit, which is 3 in a blue, 3 in a blue, 3, 6 plus 3. I think that's what I did. Also, I don't know what 6 plus 4 is.
I was like, no, it's 10. You're like, no, it's 6 plus 4. And I was like, what are you talking about?
No, dude, there's an app for this. It's called Calculator. And my teacher's like, you're not going to have
prototype creatures is an interesting one too.
Wrong. So 4 plus 6.
Okay, I want to look up some rooms. Is there any chance? Oh, there is. Look at that. Rooms. Okay. And we're in.
This is what my calculator says 6+4 is 800 or 85. That's weird.
And we're in Demir. Sweet. Okay. So rooms in Demir.
I just did a physical bit, but I held my phone so that the camera couldn't see the part of my screen where the joke was on it.
Wow. Good for you.
I feel like that is what all of us get for me trying to do some prop comedy. I think we should all be like, well, that was sad. Let's never do props again. And I agree, but
let's go down to the enchantments. So let's look at some rooms. All right. Oh, they're all sideways. That's unfortunate. So Derelict Attic and Widow's Walk. You may unlock this door. You draw 2 cards and lose 2 life. Actually,
we just play all these stupid rooms?
I think we should just play all the cheap rooms.
Because like bottomless pool, if you play that for 1, like you do some shit.
I mean, all of them do like something. So
yeah, so it's like
there's like no downside to playing all the cheap ones.
I guess.
Because you're gonna win every single clash that you come up with when you pull a room.
Yeah, but like you also don't have to pay 45 mana to cast it. It's like it has a 2 mana effect that impacts the board. Correct. I like that. Plus
and then you can once you're on the board, you can just unlock the other side whenever you want.
Unlock it at your leisure.
Correct.
That's cool. Far and Away. Luke is in chat correcting my math. 4 + 6 is actually 8008135. Far and Away is just a fucked up magic card.
More like
that's just
farting
like
away.
That's a magic card that should be in decks. It's not nice.
Oh yeah.
What's the other one? Spite and Malice. That's like 8 mana, isn't it?
Far and Mana is really good. Far and Away is really good. Spite and
Malice, I think, counters a spell, which is great with Guile out.
Honestly, I kind of love these like dual-sided cards, but when they're turned
sideways.
Is
so stupid. I am so glad we came up with this. This is the most
like all these like they're like overcosted, which is great for us.
Garbage spells. But like that's the point, isn't it? That's why they printed Scornful Egotist.
So it's whenever Marvo attacks.
1/8 mana.
Yeah, but it's Marvo attacks is Marvo is a 1/8, so like you can swing it with impunity, and nobody's gonna do anything.
Also, we don't do shit until our 5 mana creature survives a turn cycle and attacks. I guess we could give it haste.
Never to return. Okay, destroy target creature planeswalker.
Surveillance. I think we should do surveil, and I think we should consider putting that card I said in the deck.
Oh, update. Anybody that's won a deck in the last, I don't know, handful of shows, your deck is on the way. We are every single deck that has been won up through the previous show is all ordered and on the way if you don't already have it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got a little bit behind there because of Magicon and all that, but we're good. We're caught up. Okay, so enhanced surveillance. You may look at additional 2 cards each time you surveil. That's hot. And then exile, enhanced surveillance, shuffle your graveyard into your library. That all kicks ass. That's all really great.
Oh yeah. What's the other guy? The Erdwall. Like there's like a raft of when I built my Eloise deck, I just threw all that whenever you would blah blah surveil again.
Well, there's like because there's like Eligeth too, which is like whenever you would scry, you draw that card instead. And 6 mana.
What now?
Eligeth Crossroads Augur, 6 mana, 5/6 flyer. If you would scry a number of cards, draw that many cards instead.
But we don't want to draw them.
No, we don't. But like there's
scry, not surveil.
Right, but like there's other stuff in here. So,
okay.
I mean, there's
surveil on creature entry, Gossip's Talent. Really?
Gossip's Talent. What the hell is this?
How do people know so much about Magic cards?
I don't know.
Get out of here.
All right, Gossip's Talent. 1 in blue. Whenever creature you control enters, surveil 1. Big fan. Level 2 is whenever
we have 500 viewers because we put the Gavin Verhey interview on the 100,000 subscriber EDH Rec YouTube account.
Look at Alith is kind of hating right now. He's like, "Why do you have 500 viewers today?
No.
Who gave you those viewers?"
Loves it for us.
I know.
And why are we saying Alith without saying Alith X? It's Alith.
I don't know because I lose interest after the middle.
That is a good point.
I lose interest at the second underscore. Okay, so Gossip's Talent.
I call Joseph Johnson Josh all the time because I only read the first 3 letters of his name.
Yeah. So Gossip's Talent is 2 mana. When a creature enters, you surveil 1. Awesome. Level 2 is just 2 mana. Whenever you attack, target attacking creature with power 3 or less can't be blocked this turn. So now your commander is unblockable. It's got 1 damage, but that's great because you can't get like nuked by a death touch or something. And then level 3, whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to a player, you may exile it or return it to the battlefield under its owner's control so that it functionally gives it vigilance. Great. As a 1/8 with vigilance, perfect. I love Gossip's Talent. This is a great card. It's 25 cents. Awesome.
What's a gossip's talent? Gossiping, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would think that
Why
Gossip's...
don't you just call it gossip?
Yeah, I mean, like, that is a good point. So you got like Gossip's talent, like, so you have Gossip's talent, but then you have like Innkeeper's talent. Like, what is their... Is innkeeping a talent?
Yes.
But I feel like the talent is hospitality, not innkeeping. Right?
I mean, you're just moving words around. That's the whole
Innkeeping is not, but like innkeeping isn't a verb.
arguments.
Like that's not like a thing you do. Like, oh, I'm gonna go innkeep today.
Yes, it is.
No, it's
to
not.
Keep it in.
You keep it in.
Would be a word if innkeep wasn't a verb. What are you talking about?
But innkeeper is a job. It is an occupation.
And so is gossip.
That's not an occupation. That's just a thing people do sometimes.
Tell that to TMZ.
Honestly, I have no... you got me on that one, honestly. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
There you go.
It's the talent of an innkeeper. Yeah, so it is... It is the talent belonging to an innkeeper. It is not... I mean, this is like the swashbuckling. Like, is it like,
oh my
do you
God,
swash your buckle?
I'm so sick.
How are you sick of that?
Word.
It's a hilarious word because, like, do you swash the buckles? Is it a swashbuckle?
No, you buckle the swashes, clearly.
Yeah,
You're
is
not a
it
buckle swasher?
I mean, you could be.
No.
I mean, but is it
is someone who swashes buckles?
No, a swashbuckler. No,
verb.
a swashbuckler.
The noun.
No, a swashbuckler, because the noun is swashbuckle. The whole noun is swashbuckle. We already looked this up. I'm doing it again. I don't even care.
We're just playing the hits for our new audience.
Because swashbuckle is to... Oh, wait, that's... Okay, hold on.
Type it into Google.
So the verb... Okay, so the verb is engage in daring...
Down to 30 viewers in like 5 minutes.
Surely...
You not do this.
What? No, shut up. So a swashbuckler swashbuckles.
Don't worry, chat. I'll build the rest
so
of the
wait. So verb, third person present, swashbuckles, swashbuckled. So is it... Okay, so... What is a swash then? Am I gonna hopefully? Well, you know what? Hopefully this doesn't end up in porn. But okay, so a swash is a person flamboyantly swagger about or wield a sword. Okay, so the verb is or the noun is swash. You buckle your swashes, and then the verb to buckle your swash is to swashbuckle.
You gotta love when the definition is in the description.
But that's not the case with Innkeeper's talent, though.
What is Swashbuckler's talent? That should be a card.
It might be. Is it? Swashbuckler's whip, unfortunately. Not the same.
Well, maybe Swashbuckler's talent is whipping.
If they ever release a second Baldur's Gate set, then maybe that'll be in, because Swashbuckler is now a subclass, and it'll be a subclass in Baldur's Gate as of patch 8.
Why are they doing so many patches?
Because
we don't need no stinking patches. I haven't played Baldur's Gate. I was just thinking today that I haven't
like at all, or
played
just not in a while.
Ever.
Really? Are you not a D&D guy?
I never played Skyrim.
Are you not?
You can believe
Are you not a D&D guy?
I am kind of a D&D guy.
I mean, are you?
I was playing.
Do you like video
Baldur's
games?
Gate came out, I was playing Fallout 4, and when Tears of the Kingdom came out, I was playing Fallout 4. Like I was playing Fallout 4 when like every game for the past year and a half came out. So
I mean, like, but you like games and you like D&D. I mean, I'm sure you've heard this. You don't need me to tell you this, but like Baldur's Gate is genuinely one of the best games ever made. Ever.
Sure.
It is.
Do I get to throw boo at people?
Yeah. You can do whatever you want.
If I can throw boo at people, I'm going to do it.
Eyes Everywhere.
Retreat to Coral Helm.
So Eyes Everywhere is a 3-mana enchantment at the beginning of your upkeep. Scry 1. Okay. And then... Then you can pay 6 to exchange control of Eyes Everywhere and target non-land permanent. That's really funny.
You can... Because you play Eyes Everywhere just like whenever, and then
Yeah.
people will forget.
Yeah, and then you
can
just take their
pay
shit
6
later.
mana and just take their shit. That's so good. They take their commander.
Retreat to Coral Helm.
Treat to Coral Helm's not bad.
Oh, it's good.
I didn't know it had a mode that wasn't untap your Sakura Tribe Scout and then replay that bounce land.
Yeah,
But,
there's also a Scry 1, which is really great.
yeah, Scry 1's very good in this deck.
Yeah. Okay, so...
Hey, we've been building this deck
That's
for so
not a
long.
card. Bushmeat Poacher? Shut up.
No, Bushmeat Poacher is a card.
Bushmeat...
It's from what, the Jurassic Park stuff.
No,
What was that called?
It's from Ixalan.
Ikoria.
Or Ikoria. It's from Korea.
Yeah,
Well,
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park was in Ixalan.
No, the real Jurassic Park, like the dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs are in Ixalan.
Yeah, but they're mutated dinosaurs. It was very Jurassic Parky. Don't tell me.
No,
that
Ikoria
not
is
Jurassic
mutated creatures. Ixalan is
So
explicitly
their DNA was mutated.
Ixalan is
That's nothing like
explicitly
Jurassic Park.
Ixalan is dinosaurs, and also the Jurassic Park cards were in the Ixalan set.
But this predated that.
Do
This
not
was
tell
so
me.
Jurassic
Don't
Parky, they're
tell
like,
me.
You know what we should
Do not tell me that Ikoria is the Jurassic Park set when there was literally a set that came out with Jurassic Park cards in it.
Hey, how many people developed a weird, almost sexual relationship with dinosaurs in the Ixalan stuff? 0?
What?
Whereas there's like a whole arc with a dude and a dinosaur in Ikoria.
I mean, maybe. I'm not a
reunion.
I'm not a lore guy.
Capture sphere and all that shit. Yeah.
Ikoria is the Godzilla set. Yeah. Ikoria is the Godzilla set because it's like mutant beasts and things.
No, just because they had Godzilla stuff with Ikoria that means nothing.
There's like 3 dinosaurs in the entirety of Ikoria.
We haven't put a card in this deck in about 45
And
minutes.
one of them, one of the dinosaurs in
Bushmeat
Ikoria
Poacher,
is
that's
the Illuna Apex of Wishes, which is loosely a dinosaur. Like that's
So you're saying it's a dinosaur.
It's 1/3 dinosaur, and if you look at that, it's like the dinosaur is like maybe it's got a dinosaur pee-pee on it. I don't know. There's
literally says dinosaur.
It does. It is 1/3 dinosaur, and I can't find the 1/3 anywhere in this art.
What does that mean?
What do you mean? What does that mean?
Because like if I showed you a picture of a chicken, you'd be like, I don't see a dinosaur anywhere, but that's what a velociraptor looked like, man. So,
I mean, but you can draw a direct line between a raptor. Actually,
you're smart,
you can draw a direct line between a velociraptor and a chicken. You're telling me you can draw a direct line between that and a chicken or a velociraptor?
Yeah.
This thing has wings and 4 legs and a bunch of horns and hair.
Oh, interesting. Chickens have wings, don't they?
They do.
Do
they also have arms and opposable thumbs?
No, because they're not a third beast and a third elemental.
Do any of these things have opposable thumbs? This is stupid. Ixalan is the dinosaur Jurassic Park set. Objectively, there is no arguing. Ikoria had mutants, yes. So like by that logic,
dinosaurs are mutants.
Ikoria is also the X-Men set.
That's fair. No, X-Men's the X-Men set.
No. Ikoria was first, and it has mutants in it.
I mean, there were mutants in Ravnica.
Listen, X-Alith X. I don't need your shit here.
X_Alith_X.
It's a little zigzag with dinosaurs and birds. Yeah, I mean, birds are like direct descendants from dinosaurs. Like we know that.
There's 16 dinosaurs in Ikoria. I'm not sure which one of our arguments that supports. Interesting.
I don't know. He's really throwing a wrench into the discussion.
Yeah,
I'm
trying so hard. I just want to contribute something. I wasn't even supposed to be here today, folks.
Yeah, we fired Jason last week.
I did get fired, and then my replacement,
his replacement no-showed. Yeah. All right. Let's look at.
Why are you on this page? I wonder.
I want to look at the gossip. Yeah. So I mean, like Murkrow Obsessive Theorist. Whenever you surveil, put a 1 counter on him at the beginning of your end step. You make a return a creature card with power less than Murkrow from your graveyard to the battle for the finality counter on it, which isn't bad. Like if your commander gets smoked, you're gonna be able to bring it back.
Look at Alith disagreeing with both of us. What? We don't need negative. We don't need toxic.
That's
people.
that's excessively negative.
If Levi and I are arguing and you're gonna disagree with both of us, we don't need that kind of energy in our life, right?
That just means you're definitely
right.
That just means you're definitely wrong. Okay, what's going on here?
Just as useless as agreeing with both of us. Only it's worse because you made us both mad.
Okay. So Jaws of Defeat from the new Tarkir set. Whenever a creature you control enters, target opponent loses life equal to the difference between that creature's power and its toughness, which means that on a 1/8 commander, someone's losing 7 life when our commander hits the battlefield.
Oh, they're gonna taste defeat already.
They're gonna hate that, especially
$34,
no, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. I just checked it. It's $2 on Card Kingdom.
Yeah, I make it a joke, but you know what?
You know how good of a joke that was. I didn't even notice it, and I just plowed right through it.
I mean, a joke so good you didn't get it. I don't think that says the joke's bad.
I feel like that's exactly what it says.
A compromise is an outcome in which neither party is fully satisfied. Well, I'll fucking die before I admit that.
Yeah, I'm prepared to take this to the grave. That Jason's fucking wrong.
Looking at cards one at a time. Okay, I forgot what our commander even does. Why are we trying to...
We're getting high mana shit to clash, yeah.
Why, though? What happens when we clash?
We can cast a spell from our hand with mana value 8 or less without paying its mana cost.
Well, why don't we try to trigger that 2 times? Like, whenever... Right? Double target triggered ability or whatever?
Yeah, yeah.
We should do that. That's really funny.
Yeah, so if we need to double the triggers...
What a hill to die on. I disagree. It's a great hill to die on, in fact.
Of all the hills to die on, that's one of them. All right, so we need to figure out how to, like Strionic Resonator type of thing. I'm sure Strionic Resonator is not budget. Yeah, it's just a shade over $5. But we can look at similar cards. So Litherform Engines, too expensive.
Is this an assault suit deck?
When is it not?
Well.
So okay.
Do we care if they clash with each other? No, we don't really want them casting free spells.
Yeah, we really don't want them casting free spells.
I don't know, but like, wouldn't that be funny?
Yeah, I mean, it is objectively funny.
Whoever wins the deck will...
Wait. So if they... Yes, well, actually, but Assault Suit says they can't attack you. I'm pretty sure. Assault Suit, they can't attack you or planeswalkers you control. Yeah. So they're going to have to clash with somebody else, and then one of them gets to cast something for free, which is going to be bad. Unless you just play with
unless it's really fun.
Unless you're just gonna play the "this is hilarious" angle, which it is. Yeah. So,
here's the thing. Assault Suit is objectively very funny.
It is. It's more funny. It's more funny when It's more funny when it wouldn't end up in someone casting Farewell for free, but
sure. Yeah, that's what I don't like, the fact that nobody else is prepared to clash.
Right. So you still make other people clash, but they're still going to get probably a huge spell for free. You could legitimately end up with someone dropping an Atali Primal Conqueror on the field for free because of that.
But here's the thing. If I wanted to win, I wouldn't be playing a $50 deck. So is there a better outcome?
You wouldn't be playing a $50 deck that is reliant on you winning clashes.
Somebody else's Atali into play? Is that not peak Magic the Gathering?
Yeah, so it's more funny when your commander has flying trampoline.
Funnier thing to do for $50 than Assault Suit.
Assault Suit to make everybody else play war with our cards.
That's very funny.
I mean, we can put it in there. It might be objectively bad for the deck.
No, it's.
But
I don't want to give people the idea that Assault Suit is ever bad.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want Assault Suit to give a middling performance for somebody and have them be like, "Hey, I won your deck. I really appreciate you guys building the deck for us, teaching us how to use the site. And hey, just for watching you, I got a free $50 deck. But Assault Suit's kind of bad in this deck. And you know what? If someone said that to me, I'd be like, there's no point in doing the stream anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so we need to find
Tetsuko Umezawa and Thieves' Tools.
Tetsuko Umezawa.
Is it Tetsuo or
Tetsuko? No, because
Are
creatures
they-
you
is it
control with
both?
power, creatures you control with power or toughness 1 or less can't be blocked. So that just makes our
Yeah,
commander
that is
unblockable.
both.
Yeah.
Oh, so Tetsuko just makes your commander unblockable.
Yeah.
Oh, you know when it's not unblockable from Tetsuko? When it's wearing an assault suit.
That's true.
What are we trying to cast?
So we've got a number of things to win. I mean, ideally, you're going to cast some really big shit.
Yeah, just the stuff we're winning Clash with. It kind of doesn't matter.
Yeah. Let's see. When Thieves' Tool enters battlefield, make a treasure token. Creature can't be blocked as long as it's power 3 or less. Oh, okay, sure. It's fine, I guess.
Well, I don't.
I'm not.
I don't care
I
about them blocking.
That's
our
what. Yeah,
1/8,
our 1/8.
actually.
I'm really not that worried about people blocking it. Research the deep.
Should we be more worried about people blocking our 1/8 commander with like 11 creatures or something?
There we
I don't-
go. Draw a card. Clash with an opponent. If you win, return research to the deep to its owner's hand. Big fan. That's great.
Big Finn.
Yeah, that's actually really great. 2 mana, draw a card, win the clash.
Maybe we should be looking at
Do it again.
Clash stuff.
We should. So it's whenever you win a clash, draw a card. So this is 2 mana, draw 2 cards, do it again. It's
But,
actually what it is.
Always.
Oh, actually, this is a wait. Hold on. This is a okay. So whenever you win a clash, so is this an infinite draw your deck combo? Marvo and Research the Deep. So you cast
Wait.
Research the Deep.
Hang on. Let me read the whole card. You have half the card covered up.
So Research the Deep.
Draw a card.
Clash with an opponent. If you win, return it to its owner's hand. So Marvo would then, whenever you win a clash, draw a card. So we won the clash, we drew a card. And then you can cast your spell from your hand with mana value 8 or less without paying its mana cost. So as long as you keep winning clashes, you can keep drawing.
God, it's whenever you win a clash, not whenever Marvo.
Not
makes you
whenever
win a
Marvo
clash.
wins a clash. It's whenever you win a clash. So as long as you keep winning clashes, Research the Deep
Research the Deep.
is going to draw your whole deck
Marvo
out.
draws you a card when you win a clash, also.
Right. So you're going to draw 2 cards and recast Research the Deep for free. So
I get that we are discovering what everybody who built a Marvo deck 3 years ago already knows, but like, give us a break.
as long as you have 0 lands in your deck, you might you might perhaps.
We don't have enough MDFCs.
No, we don't. We don't have
enough.
enough together, but that would be funny. But like,
We have enough MDFCs to run fewer than like 35 lands, though. I think we are going to clash a lot just on the basis of not having a ton of lands and probably playing all the fetch lands we can, right?
Yeah. So I'm gonna look up clash cards and
Terramorphic
mono
Expanse
blue.
and Evolving Wilds are good in a deck like this, actually. Because
Okay,
like taking the
so-
lands out does matter. Plus, it gives you a shuffle whenever you want it.
Here we go. How about Broken Ambitions?
Oh, that's a counter spell clash.
It's
That
a
goes
it's a
with
counter spell.
Guile.
It's a counter target spell unless its controller pays X. Clash
There
with an
are-
opponent. If you win, that spell's controller puts the top 4 cards of his or her library into the graveyard.
There's another one, Scattering Stroke, I think, is a clash counter spell too, right?
I'm just looking up. I'm looking at clash spells in mono blue right now. So we have Captivating Glance, enchant creature at the end of your turn. Clash with an opponent. If you win, gain control of the enchanted creature. Otherwise, that player gains control of. Otherwise, that player gains control of the enchanted creature. So you could just stick this on someone's commander, and every time you clash, or sorry, at the end of your turn, you get a chance to steal their shit.
Yeah, it's very funny.
That is funny. Yeah, we're gonna put that in the deck. Okay, so we've got Paperfin Rascal. And let's see, I'm just reading on Scryfall. It's not that great. Okay, Ring Skipper.
Do you have ways of putting cards back on top of your library from your hand? Yeah.
When Ring
shuffle
Skipper-
I don't know.
When Ring Skipper is put into a graveyard from play, clash with an opponent. If you win, return it to its owner's hand.
That card's really annoying. Plus, you can skull clamp it.
Ring Skipper. Do we want to put it in the deck or no?
Yeah, we want to put every opportunity to clash in the deck.
Yeah,
That
so
we can find.
Okay, yeah. So then we'll put Paperfin Rascal in then.
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
I mean,
It
ETB,
sucks, but
it clashes on ETB, which means that you can cast this for free off of, you can cast this for free off of Marvo's ability, and then when it enters, you clash again, and then you could keep doing other shit.
yeah.
So you got Scattering
Like normally
Stroke.
I'm not in favor of playing every terrible limited common with the set ability, but in this case, like
Yeah, so Scattering Stroke, counter target spell, clash with an opponent.
Clash is very powerful with this command. Yeah, Scattering Stroke, there it is.
If you win at the beginning of your next phase, you may add X to your mana pool, where X is the it's a mana drain. It's a mana drain. That's pretty sweet.
Scattering Stroke is a nutty counter.
That's a really good.
Again, it's not like 2008 anymore, so no one's playing this shit. I get it.
Whirlpool Whelm, clash with
That's a very
instant
2009 card.
Instant speed, clash with an opponent, and then return target creature to its owner's hand. If you win, you may put that creature on top of its owner's library instead.
Yup.
Great card. So big fan of all these. We got Access Tunnel and Escape Tunnel.
Yeah, again, I just we talked about this before. I don't think I care about them blocking our commander.
No, yeah, I really don't care about
trying to gild them commander damage.
Yeah.
And if we were like buffing our commander so we kill them in fewer hits, works against us using stuff like a Access Tunnel. So I mean, maybe Access Tunnel and Escape Tunnel, but like I'm less sold on Tetsuko Umezawa and Thieves Tools just because like
having a couple little things in there for unblockable isn't terrible, but like I don't need a lot. I don't need a whole package of things to make it unblockable.
Oh, actually, you know what?
Because Tetsuko isn't gonna win many.
But what if we put Quiet Spike in there? So like when we hit them for one, they lost half of their life. Though.
Oh. Okay.
What if like it actually was funny? We didn't boost their power at all, but just put a Quiet Spike on him.
I mean that would be funny.
I think that's very funny. Is there anything else like Quiet Spike where if you attack and it's
Let's
not blocked,
see.
you do something cool?
Scythe Claw.
Like
Whenever equipped
bullshit?
Scythe Claw is whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, that player loses half their life rounded up. And then so yeah, I mean Scythe Claw does exactly the same thing. And it's 5 mana. It's 5 mana, which means it's gonna win a clash. And it's all then you could cast it for free and it's fine.
You get the germ too.
You get the living weapon. Yeah. Let's see.
I like it. Grievous Wound, was that they lose life equal to the amount of damage they took this turn or something? Why am I asking? I have the internet. I'm sitting at a computer asking people in chat what magic cards do.
Enchanted player can't gain life. Whenever enchanted player is dealt damage, they lose half their life rounded up.
Oh, but it's one person.
It's one person. It is 5 mana.
Like that.
It's 5 mana.
Oh, okay. Overwhelming Splendor is 8 mana. But like I don't want to put a big curse on one person and not have it impact anybody else.
Yeah. All right, so we've got a bunch of clash stuff.
Merfolk Thaumaturgist could be very funny. You attack them with your 1/8 unblockable commander and then flip its power and toughness.
Oh, yeah. That's actually really good.
No, that's stupid.
Well, you're stupid. How is that not stupid? Or how is that not good?
I am stupid.
How is that not good?
Why don't we just kill their Birds of Paradise, too? I'm sure there's some bullshit. Oh, my God, Merfolk Thaumaturgist with the... if you're all the toughness matters shit coming out in the new con set, like this is actually kind of funny.
Mm-hmm.
Like Merfolk Thaumaturgist might actually be useful.
Reality chip. Reality chip.
God, imagine killing a Tree of Perdition though with Merfolk Thaumaturgist. Yeah. Imagine just murdering their Tree of Perdition.
Yep. I wish Reality Chip was a little bit cheaper, but I love Reality Chip.
Reality Chip's $5.
It's such
the deck's $5.
It's such a cool card. I just love everything about the Reality Chip.
Dude, just pet card it in. We are putting our best card in the deck costs 20 cents.
Future Sight.
Future Sight's what? 6 mana, 5 mana?
5 mana, yep.
Ugh, 3
I really don't know if I want to play with the top card revealed though.
No, I don't either.
That sucks. But you can play the top card in your library. Yeah.
It helps out a lot actually.
Does Marvo specifically say from your hand? Yeah, it does.
Reality Chip is good if you have top. Yeah, we're not good. gonna have top.
Yeah, we won't have top.
Oh my God, Doom Whisperer, yes.
Do we want Future Sight?
Yeah, we can cut it, but like Future Sight is the kind of card that there's no real reason not to run it in this deck. The 5 mana doesn't matter.
Well, that's true. We don't really care if they actually. I mean, like generally speaking, playing with the top of your library reveal dig isn't awesome, but as it relates to the clashes, we really don't care.
Just going to let them know they're about to get their ass clashes.
Yeah,
like,
we really don't
Good
care.
luck, dickface. Like
I guess actually, what it does give them though is it gives them information because they know what the card on top is, so they know what they need to scry. Oh wait, but it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter
because no matter what, the card, whether they put it on top or bottom, is the one that card
in their deck.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because it's no matter what, if they keep it on top or put it on bottom, that's still the card they clash with.
You can beat my 11 mana room with something that's not an Eldrazi. You deserve to win the clash.
Yeah. Well, my thinking is if it was a 4 mana on top, they would know to put something on bottom to win the clash.
Yeah. I just love Doom Whisperer because it's messed up.
Archangel Alchemist wants to know, wait, that's an instant kill.
They printed Doom Whisperer and they're like, is this card a little too good for standard? And they're like, maybe, but you know what? I think we let them have it. And then like nobody played it. And that's very funny to me.
Yeah. Let's look at
it. Looks a lot like Grizzlebrand, but it isn't.
It really does. So we should probably, I mean, like,
we should what? How many cards are we?
I can't believe I'm the one asking this question right now because it's usually a you question, but how are we gonna win this game? So I mean we're drawing tons of cards, we're casting stuff for free.
We're gonna win every clash.
We're winning every clash. So what we want to do though is we want to turn the clash wins into big shit. What if we look at big mana?
Well, why don't we look at everything with converted mana cost 8?
So if we look at like big mana stuff, the big mana archetype in Dimir. Let's see here. Oh, one with the multiverse would actually fall under what we can cast because it's 8 or less, I think, right? It is 8 or less, and what the multiverse is 8. You can look at
I would argue that Grizzlebrand wasn't good because it drew you 21 cards or whatever. Grizzlebrand was good because it found you the card you wanted up to 21 cards down. That's kind of why I think for what you actually want a Grizzlebrand for in a format where you're doing some bullshit like I'm going to hit them with Grizzlebrand, go up to 27, draw a lot of cards, and then win post-combat with like a big storm. That's... You're like having all those cards is kind of cool, but like having the one card you need is really why you hit them with Grizzle.
Oh, there's more. I didn't even think there's more clash cards in black. I forgot that we're in black and not mono blue.
An EDH rec and add directly to my card sphere wish list. You can do it indirectly. I'm pretty sure you can do it from the clipboard, and if not, I'm gonna like yell at a programmer on Monday because that's great. I want that. The one that makes 13 zombies, yeah, but they come into play tap. Do we care about that?
No.
Myojin, copy target permanent 3 times. Oh my god, look at Myojin of Cryptic Dreams. Oh, but you don't get the indestructible counter if you play it.
So enters the benefit if you cast it from your hand, but you can still cast it from your hand for free, and then drop it down with an indestructible counter, and then you can copy a spell 3 times to get whatever because then you can copy some other big fat permanent you're casting for free. I love that because it's anytime
we dumb card. It clashes for 8. You never have
it's anytime we win a clash, we can cast shit for free. That's it. That's all there is to it. Let's see here. Pulling Teeth,
Mind Leech Mass too. I don't want a ton, but I would like maybe 5 or 6. Myojin a Cryptic Dream / Mind Leech Mass tier, like just this card does something messed up.
Yeah. Pulling Teeth, 2 in a sorcery clash with an opponent. If you win, target player discards 2 cards. Otherwise that player discards a card. I mean, I honestly like Paperfin Rascal better than Pulling Teeth. Just because it's like, if it's on a sorcery, I would like to be able to get it back. And if I can't, then it's just like... Oh, here we go. Weed Strangle.
Set Adrift is fun.
Weed Strangle.
You mean the Aether Drift set?
Destroy target creature, clash with an opponent. If you win, you gain life equal to that creature's toughness. Yes.
Destroy your commander, gain 8 life. Yeah, Weed Strangle's nuts. So we have 2 counter spells and a Doomblade that like all clash. That's pretty lit. Plus, it's hard to lose a clash with Weed Strangle on top of your deck. Like, I don't know. It's making me wistful for playing this kind of BS in limited.
This is some garbage. Yeah.
Guile's in the deck, right? So
Guile's in the deck. Yeah.
Let's put like 3 or 4 more counters in then. I'm telling you, Guile. But like the kind of counters we could put in.
Oh my God, man.
Oh my God. Alternate casting cost. Counterman. You don't pay the counter, the CMC of Counterman.
Hullbreaker Horror should be in this deck, but I fucking hate that card so much.
Put it in the deck. Who cares?
I hate that card.
Put it in the deck.
Fine.
Hullbreaker Horror is a messed up magic. We need to win the game.
It's horrible.
What are the counter spells that cost like 6 mana, but you play them for free that like would actually be good in this stuff? Not Bamboozle. The one from Judgment. What's the one?
Ooh.
Not Countermand. I don't know. I'm just gonna type in man, I don't even know what card to type in. I can't think of the names of any of the cards I'm talking. You know the ones I mean. Commandeer. Cards like Commandeer.
Worst fears.
Because Commandeer 7 mana, but you don't pay the mana. You exile 2 blue spells, and you gain control of a non-creature spell. So Commandeer is the exact kind of thing we want in this deck.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Sure. Yep. Let's look at similar cards. So there's Desertion, which counter target spell if an artifact or creature spell is countered this way.
You have to pay the mana on Desertion, so it's not as good. I like Spelljack.
But you get control of it.
Oh yeah, I mean Desertion is a messed up magic card.
Yeah, we're putting Desertion in. Yeah,
fine. Look, man. Read my articles from like when I started. I put Desertion in every goddamn blue deck for like 3 years. Like, you don't have to tell me.
Misdirection. Oh, it's too expensive. Damn it.
Yeah. There's got to be more stuff like Commandeer. There's only Commandeer.
Force of Will.
Misdirection. Yeah, you know what would be good in this deck.
Yeah, you know what would be good in this deck. Similar cards is about it.
Yeah, unfortunately. Still, I mean, it's worth it to have Commandeer and Spelljack. You have to pay the mana, don't you? For some reason, I was thinking Spelljack was something you could discard to.
Yeah, Aligned Hedron Network. What is that?
Doesn't that you win the game if you have a bunch of Aligned Hedron Network, or is that
no? When Aligned Hedron Network enters the battlefield, exile all creatures with power 5 or greater until it leaves the battlefield.
But we have creatures with power 5 or greater.
Our mana commanders.
I don't think it would be asymmetrical at all.
It is temporary lockdown, but for 5 or greater. Which does not hit our commander, which I guess is something.
Well, I just have a nightmare where you like play Aligned Hedron Network and then like somebody blows it up and they get all their creatures back with a bunch of ETBs and you just like get your dick ripped off by like an amount of value from your opponent's cards that it's like they opened the Ark of the Covenant and you looked right at it, just like the combined value of 3 people just getting all the ETBs on their biggest creatures. I don't know. It just seems like a nightmare.
Yeah, wouldn't be awesome. Especially because artifacts are really easy to get rid of.
Yeah.
Whelming Wave?
Would that bounce everything but our
returns all creatures to their owner's hands except for krakens, leviathans, octopuses, and serpents. And our commander is an octopus rogue. I'm in.
Do we benefit from returning all creatures to their owner's hands?
Yes.
Okay. You think so?
By not getting smacked with a bunch of shit.
Well, I don't think Whelming Wave is good in that scenario. I think Aetherize is good in that scenario because Aetherize keeps you getting smacked by any shit, but also you don't bounce your stuff. You only bounce the stuff of the person who deserves it. I like Aetherize more than Whelming Wave. That is my TED talk about. I think if you're going to play a 4-mana spell and bounce all their shit, they should deserve.
But you got to remember though that
we
can cast shit. You got to remember though we can cast shit from our hands for free. We can bounce every creature to their hand, and we can bring our shit back out for free.
Yeah. You'd rather have Evacuation than Aetherize. It is worth it. It hits the person who attacked you with all the creatures they attacked you with.
Yeah.
It's very funny.
I don't
Or
want
you play-
evacuation.
What's the other one? Where you
I
put
really
all the
don't want
creatures
to
on top of their deck.
evacuation. I'm not interested in because I don't want to send our commander.
What's the other aetherized? Listen, what's it called? The other aetherized. What is it called?
Oh, Aether Spouts.
Aether Spouts. Dude, that puts the shit on top of their deck. Don't you get to pick? Couldn't you put a bunch of
Aether Spouts for each attacking creature its owner puts on top or bottom of their library? Yeah.
Oh, the owner puts on a top or bottom. Damn, that sucks. I was thinking if you could just put a bunch of cheap.
Oh
shit on top,
yeah.
you could just like make sure they never win another clash again. But no,
I mean, Aetherize in general is fine because we're going to be swinging. We're going to be swinging our commander every turn, so you're theoretically going to be leaving yourself open.
Vigilance?
Wow, I mean, he's not actually getting vigilance. He's coming back as an exile, but actually, I just am realizing that now too because is it only when he attacks? Oh, it is only when he attacks. I didn't know that. I thought for some reason I was thinking there was an ETB involved as well, but there's not. So
is only one cheaper than evacuate. I don't want to bounce.
We don't, but the problem is we don't want to bounce our commander. We want to keep we want to keep our. If the only thing that we don't ever want to leave the battlefield is the commander.
No, I'm saying I never really want to evacuation in a game of Magic.
Yeah.
It's like I didn't put myself ahead, but don't worry, I made the game take 40 minutes longer.
Is the Mind Skinner funny?
Hate that. I mean, Whelming Wave maybe because you keep what, a 1/8 creature? I don't know, man. I don't like doing that. I didn't have to take Cyclonic Rift out of any of my decks because it wasn't in any of them, is what I'm saying. If I'm going to be playing a blue spell, I want to get rid of their blocker by making it my creature and hitting them with it. I don't want to be like, but if I put it back in their hand, we can pretend the last hour didn't happen. Ooh, hate that. Just punch them with a creature till they're dead, please. Did we put quite a spike? Oh, we did, and we put Scytheclaw, didn't we? This is going to be fun. I say this every week now, but I think I want this deck.
This deck is like just totally off the wall enough that like it would be fun to have and fun to play.
Yeah, doing the stupid room stuff is very funny to me.
Let's look. Actually, I want to look at rooms.
What else? What else other than rooms?
I want to look at the rooms thing and see if there's like any non-room cards that are really good with rooms, since we've got a chunk of them in there. Or like, if you're see if there's anything else there.
I kind of like the brackets because there's like a class of card that I just don't want to play against, and if I could just avoid all those cards categorically, that's why brackets is so good. Because like, I never would have said you should ban Rhystic Study, but I do think that I don't want to play against somebody who has a Rhystic Study, and I don't want to introduce a Rhystic Study to the game by playing it myself.
Yeah.
Right? So like, I just don't have to have that argument.
Can we filter by bracket?
Avoid it. I can avoid all the Rhystic Studies there are. Because there
that would be a good, honestly, that would be a good, there already is like a little tag on the corner of the card for like what's a game changer and what's not, but
yeah,
you could, like card filters here, if you could filter out game changers, that would be. How do you do that?
It's not gonna be on the Dimir Rooms page, but go to like a regular Ask Card page or something.
I mean, it would still be,
or like a commander page. Click on Umbrus. Or a Nashi or something. Just like click on.
So I'm on Umbrus. Yeah.
You're like 7. What I'm saying is 7 seconds behind what I'm saying, or 7 seconds.
Yeah. So I'm in Umbrus.
So like, yeah. There, game changers, all 0, 1 to 3, 4+.
Where am I missing that?
As commander, as card.
Oh, yeah. So you can say 0 game changers. Okay, sure. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Got it.
Well, there you go.
I wish I don't even know how they would do that, but I wish they like certain cards like Rhystic Study would be restricted to bracket 4 and higher.
If people want to be perverts and play with those kind of annoying cards, that's fine. That's the experience you want.
So Cyclonic Rift I don't think Cyclonic Rift needs to get banned, but I think Cyclonic Rift for me is in the same category as Farewell, where it's only unfun if the player casting it is actively being a dickhead.
No, because I think Farewell it's too easy to think you're not being a dickhead, being like, oh, you have 2 enchantments, full send. Plus, like, I was getting around cards like Merciless Eviction by playing ways to like sack all of my enchantments so they wouldn't. And then it's like, oh, Farewell gets the graveyard too. So like, you removed all of my non-blue counterplay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Like, I was, if I hadn't decks with enchantment, I was literally putting Nevermore in there to name a Merciless Eviction, and now it's just like, Farewell. It's like, I don't know, you got less options. I'm looking at Marina's page, and I'm not seeing a ton of synergy with rooms.
Yeah, so Lothrazar's got the right idea that like I don't like Cyclonic Rift is only a feel bad if someone's using it as like a catch up card versus a win card. Like if someone riffs and then wins the game right there, I got no problem with it.
Then it's an insurrection, but like I never complain about Cyclonic Rift when it's an insurrection. I complain about it when it's a
catch up card, when they're behind and they want to catch up. Yeah. That's when it sucks or whatever. So like I get it. Like I understand why people don't like that card, but like it really doesn't have to be a salty card. It doesn't have to be.
Oh, or when people play Farewell as a Decimate.
Decimate,
I gotta kill that. So
Decimate is such it's not a busted card. I don't think like it's not like a salty card. But one of my buddies plays Decimate in his Gruul decks, and for whatever reason, whenever he casts that thing, I end up eating like every mode of that thing.
Because you are the only one with enchantments and artifacts.
It's like Decimate. If you get hit by more than one of those things on Decimate, it feels terrible. Anyways, so I was looking at Umbrus, I wasn't looking at Umbrus. I was looking at Dimir Rooms. So Fear of Sleep Paralysis is interesting. Whenever Fear of Sleep Paralysis or another enchantment you control enters, and whenever you fully unlock a room, tap up to one target creature, put a stun counter on it. And stun counters can't be removed from permanents your opponent's control. So you can just tap their shit down and it can't go anywhere or do anything. Forever. Yeah. It's 6 mana, so it's going to win a clash, and you can cast it for free.
And it's a nightmare.
And we have lots of enchantments that are coming in, and we can unlock rooms. That's a great way to lock down.
Sounds cool, yeah.
That's a great way to lock down the board and hit more often with our Quiet as Spike and stuff like that.
Also, I think my daughter has fear of sleep paralysis because she came home talking about sleep paralysis demons, and it was clear she didn't know what sleep paralysis actually was. She thought it was just like when you woke up and saw a demon.
Oh, yeah, that's not what that is. I had to explain
to her it's actually way
It's so much worse than that. Yeah, it's so much worse than that.
Yeah, now that I explained the mechanisms within the body that like your brain physically paralyzes you and creates the monster you see, ever since I explained the science, now she's way more scared of it when she thought it was just like a demon thing. I was like, no, it's actually real and it's scarier than you think. So that was a good combo we had.
Arvinox the Mind Flail isn't a creature unless you control 3 or more permanents you don't own. At the beginning of your end step, exile the bottom card of each opponent's library face down. For as long as those cards remain exiled, you may look at them, you may cast permanent spells from among them, and you may spend mana or mana of any color to cast those spells. So you can steal their shit.
I don't like it.
I think it's kind of a fun card. It doesn't really, other than it being 7 mana, it doesn't really jive with what we're doing. I
didn't want to seem too excited. I think Arvnex is fine. I kind of really like it.
I don't know. It doesn't really do anything with our deck. Yeah, I literally just read it to you.
Yeah, but did you? I know that you said the words on the screen, but did you in
each opponent's library? I mean, like it gives you a second hand.
We could have access to.
So it gives you a second hand from other people's shit. Yeah, so it's like it does cool stuff, and we can throw it in. It's 50 cents. It'll win clashes. Yeah, fuck it. It's free value.
The only problem is like not being like, I don't know. I guess we don't need it to be a creature. If it were a 7 mana enchantment that never had a 9/9 power and toughness, like it turns out it's still probably the kind of Magic card I would play. But if we can reward ourselves for having lots of their permanents by hitting them with a 9/9, like I'm actually super duper way into it. So I pretended I didn't want to include this card as like a bit, but like, yeah, and we're going to put Cunning Rhetoric in the deck too, probably. I don't know. That doesn't win Clash, but Thieving Amalgam does. Do we want to play Geth, Lord of the Vault? I don't know. I think stealing their cards is good, and every card that does it costs about 6 or 7 black mana, and then
Yeah.
it's all Cunning Rhetoric is just a messed up Magic card.
It is. I've had it in decks where in it, like, I don't know if I've ever like maybe once or twice it's actually like paid off for me to have it on the battlefield. It may just be like due to specific circumstances of the games that I've played it in.
Struggle for Project Purity, but like
now that's a messed up Magic card. I love Struggle for Project Purity. It's so good.
Yeah. Cunning Rhetoric is a black Struggle for Project Purity. It is just a way to make them not want to attack you. That isn't no mercy. Like no mercy. It's like they do the math. Like, oh well, my creature dies, but I still punch you in your face.
Mm-hmm.
And Cunning Rhetoric's like, all right,
go for it.
What do you got in your deck? I know what you got in your deck because I've been beating you at clashes for the last 15 minutes. Let's do this.
Siphon Insight.
I sure wish we could run.
That's a different thing. Would you play a 7-mana tutor? I don't know. Would you download a car? What's the name of the card?
How much does the tutor actually cost? Like, I'd play a 7-mana tutor if I could pay 10 life instead of paying its mana cost. So yeah, like there's always a scenario.
Eerie Interference.
What's the mechanic?
Eerie what?
Are you saying from or from? Is there a person named
Eerie
From?
Soultender?
Is there a from?
Eerie Ultimatum? No. What's the? I don't know what card you're referencing.
Mechanic.
Runescarred Demon. Oh yeah, Runescarred Demon is a tutor. Yeah, 6 or 7 mana when it enters, you go get a card.
Yeah, the cool thing about Runescarred Demon is it's a body and you can bounce it.
Also, yeah, let's say if you have a fully upgraded Gossip's talent on the field, then it does damage and blinks itself. It's really good. What was the other one you said? Oh, Razaketh. But Razaketh's $12. Yeah.
Yeah. That was my preview card.
Way back in the ye olden days.
Yeah. I was like, no, I found out when I was in Vegas, 2013.
I feel like Runescarred Demon got
2015 maybe.
I feel like Runescarred Demon got power crept by Howling Broodlord.
Hoarding Broodlord.
I say Hoarding Broodlord. I say Howling Broodlord's not a thing. Hoarding Broodlord, yeah. 5
Broodlord sounds like Eminem lyrics.
5 black, convoke, flying when it enters the battlefield, search your library for a card, exile face down, and then shuffle. For as long as that card remains exiled, you may play it. Spells you cast from exile have convoke. Yeah, I guess. I don't know if it's like dramatically better. It's also an extra mana. And it's $3.33. I don't know if we want to try to slap that thing in there or not.
I don't like it. $3.33 is code for Chicago. Probably.
Classic.
I'm not paying tree for a card. That's just not happening.
It's a fine enough musical. Let's see.
Chicago? The band that wrote 25 and 64 made a musical?
You never seen the musical Chicago? Like the actual musical?
The song Saturday in the Park? Or I'm just pretending I don't know that it's not the 80s power band Chicago.
Is that what we're calling Chicago, an 80s power band?
I don't know what they are, man. They had a horn section. What would you call them?
Well, I guess define what a power band is first.
It's a power band.
What is a power band?
I couldn't think of a word.
I feel like Chicago is more of a. I mean, they released albums in the 80s, but I feel like they're more of a 70s sound.
60s, probably. They probably released more albums in the 1960s than they did.
They were formed in 1967, so I'm pretty sure most of their albums are in the 70s.
Wasn't Peter Cetera doing solo shit in the 80s? Who cares? Chicago sucks.
Yeah, I'm not.
Sorry.
I don't
I
really.
used
I'm
to
not
really
really
like
into.
Chicago, but they're terrible.
I'm
It's
not
bad
really.
music for bored people.
I'm not really into Chicago personally.
But
Chicago
you like the
and
musical, apparently.
the musical's fine. Um, you know, another band is overrated.
Oh, let's do it.
The
Let's
Eagles.
just make a big list of overrated bands
The
right
Eagles.
now. The Eagles?
The
You
Eagles.
just said that to upset me.
I know, I said that. I've said that to people. I've said that to a guy wearing an Eagles shirt before. I don't even care.
But so what? If a
they're
guy
fine.
who knows a lot about the Eagles is going to have a harder time defending the Eagles than a guy who doesn't know a lot about the Eagles, right?
Like, nobody hates the Eagles, but you either love them or you're entirely indifferent to their existence, and that's where I'm at with it.
I think people probably hate the Eagles.
Nobody hates the Eagles. Nobody hates the Eagles, but there are a lot of people
you
that
probably don't think anybody hates Aerosmith, but I hate Aerosmith. But
I-
like
I-
Aerosmith
no,
didn't
I
do
could- I-
anything that much more wrong than the Eagles, probably.
I don't. Do you believe the Aerosmith to be a universally liked band?
I don't think anybody. I don't think you would be like. I think there are people who hate Aerosmith. Because if you think nobody hates the Eagles, you probably think.
I mean, I know people that
It's
don't like
possible
Aerosmith.
for nobody to hate a band, but there's no band that nobody hates.
I mean, like, to me, like, the only people that actually hate the Eagles are like, is if someone like got in a fist fight at a bar with one of the members or something like that. Like, that's the only, like, I don't know who like hates the Eagles music. I just,
I bet,
but
like Lindsey Buckingham doesn't like the Eagles.
Lindsey Buckingham doesn't like a lot of people.
Yeah, for the same reason, probably each time.
Potentially. Maybe it's because he's an asshole.
Well,
all right. Let's continue.
I mean,
We've gotten
he
far
is
enough
one
off
of
track
the
where I'm just
pettiest
at the
people of
EDA
all
Trek
time.
homepage. I'm not even doing anything.
I do kind of like how petty he is.
Yeah.
Because like,
So we were at 52
Kendrick
cards.
Lamar's a Super Bowl halftime commercial is very petty, but think about it. Like, he didn't make Drake sing backup vocals on Meet the Grahams. That's why I think Lindsey Graham's a little. Oh, Lindsey Graham. That's funny. I think he's a little more petty, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Because he made Stevie Nicks do backup vocals on a song about how she's a slut, and that's very funny because she did it.
Mm-hmm.
That's pettiness.
So let's look at Marvo Deep Operative's page because we're getting there towards the end.
Oh yeah, it's time to add some veggies, I think.
Oh, Treasure Cruise is a
We're
good
at the
idea.
point of the show where we wrap things up by like going to the actual commander's page and saying, "Oh yeah, we should be playing Treasure Cruise for sure. That card's lit." Army of the Damned was suggested. Oh, Dig Through Time. That's another one. Anything with Delve, I think, is probably like anything that has a high mana cost we won't have to pay.
Yeah.
I do like the idea of
Maelstrom Colossus, Lorthos the Tidemaker.
So Maelstrom Colossus is interesting. If we hit it off of what's this?
If you cast it for free, then you get a Cascade and do another free spell. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's gonna win a clash. Let's throw it in. The nice thing is that we're gonna draw a shitload of cards.
Cascade. This is potentially the best deck to be like, I'm about to pay 8 mana for a Maelstrom Colossus. Like, I feel good about it because I know exactly what I'm gonna hit.
Right. You're gonna hit something. You're gonna hit something crazy.
Or you're not gonna play it.
Right.
Yeah. What about Runo Stromkirk?
I was looking at him earlier. So here's Battlefield. Put the one creature from your graveyard on top of your library. So that's nice. If something gets blown up, then you can throw it back up there and win another clash. At the beginning of your upkeep, look at the top card of your library. You may reveal that card. If a creature card with mana of a 6 or greater revealed this way, transform him. Whenever he attacks, create a tapped one attacking token that's a copy of another target attacking creature. If it's one of those things, create 2 of those tokens instead. I'm into that. There's some good synergy there. All right. What else we got? Looking for some real nasty shit. Let's see. Archetype Imagination. Hilarious. I want some really nasty ETBs, though. I don't necessarily want just like a big body.
Oh yeah, give me an ETB anytime versus just like.
Oh, here's the Monstrosity of the Lake with island cycling. We were talking about doing some of the land cycling earlier.
Yeah. Yeah.
When Monstrosity of the Lake enters the battlefield, you may pay 5. If you do, tap all creatures your opponents control, then put a stun counter on each of those creatures. Or you can just land cycle it. Great.
There's a blue-black thing that I think it has basic island cycling and basic swamp cycling, or it has basic land cycling.
If you could find out what that is.
It's from Scars of Alara block. Glass Dust Hulk or something like that. It's something like that. I feel like there are. Why don't I just look?
Oh my god! Counterpoint. Counter target spell. You may cast a creature, instant sorcery, or planeswalker spell from your graveyard with mana value less than or equal to the spell's mana value without paying its mana cost. It's kind of wild.
Do we want to hold up 5 mana for a counter spell?
I don't think actually holding up mana is not that big.
You're saying we should run Desertion.
You got to remember though that we're casting shit for free.
Oh, so we can hold up.
We can hold up mana. Yeah, we can.
Also, why don't we want to run a fucking ton of counter spells in our Guile deck? All right, counterpoint it is. All right, fine. I made up my own counterpoints. I was like, I don't want that, and I was like, no, we kind of do.
Otherworldly Gaze. It's a 1-mana instant to surveil 3, and it has flashback. Oh, here's a.
I mean, Discovery
and Dispersal. Yeah, surveil 2, then draw a card. Then each opponent returns a non-land permanent they control with the highest mana value among permanents they control to their owner's hand. Then discards a card. I'm into that.
Waterlogged Teachings isn't in the deck yet. That's bonkers. That's an BFC that taps for blue or black.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah, we'll grab that.
Yeah, to throw a bunch of land cyclers, so we need to cut. Yeah, we were thinking we could reduce the amount of lands, like anything that has a 7 mana cost, but we could play it as a basic island is just like bonkers in this deck. We're trying to find all that stuff. Doomsday Excruciator. About just Doomsday. Yeah, Spite and Malice, is that in yet? Oh yeah, it does.
Yeah, we put it in.
Yep. I love an 8 mana counterspell. It costs 4. Hagra Mauling, is that in?
Not yet, but I was going to just put it in. All right. We're in sorceries. Let's look to see what we got for... let's see.
Oh, Worst Fears. Now that's a funny Magic card. You just like Mindslaver one person in particular. It's very fun. Grave Purge looks fun. Grave Purge does look fun. But the Purge looked fun, and it ended up not being. So, you never know with the P word.
Let's look at our enchantments here and see if there's any fun ones here. Baneful Omen. At the beginning of your end step, you reveal the top card of your library. If you do, each opponent loses life equal to the card's converted mana cost. Oh, we got a follower, JC Space Gaming.
We're just gonna smash him with Baleful Omen a lot, I think, right? That's very funny.
We're gonna smoke him with Baneful Omen. That's gonna be pretty great.
Not because it's good, but because it's funny.
Yeah.
I would run Mind's Dilation for Shoresies and maybe Swarm Intelligence, but I put Mind's Dilation in just about every deck I build.
What about, instead of Swarm Intelligence, what about Case of the Shifting Visage?
The Shifting Visage?
Yeah, I guess we don't care about it being 4 mana cheaper in this particular deck.
Nope, and I don't think we care about Swarm Intelligence either. I don't know.
No.
How many instances
so the nice thing with actually I lied. Case of the Shifting Visage is definitely better because once it's solved, whenever you cast a non-legendary creature spell, you just get another one. Which means we're getting 2 Hullbreaker Horrors and stuff like that.
How are we going to get 15 cards in our graveyard?
By surveilling a bunch. And if you draw a bunch with that Research the Deep, you would end up discarding at the end of your turn.
I don't love this card.
Case of the Shifting Visage.
Case of the Shifting Visage.
Storm of Saruman. Shark Typhoon would be funny. Actually, Shark Typhoon would be pretty.
Actually,
Shark Typhoon's really good. Yeah,
it has cycling, so
it has cycling, and you can just put it on the battlefield and get a whole bunch of sharks. Yeah, we want that.
I don't hate that. And Haunted Crossroads is better than Grave Purge for sure.
Yeah, let's grab Mortuary Mire, Halimar Depths. Let's see, what else do we got?
Yeah, Mortuary Mire is nuts in here. I mean, Mystic Sanctuary maybe also. I don't know.
Rivendell. Mystic Sanctuary is one that I've put in 100 decks, and I don't think I've ever once gotten it to come in untapped.
Yeah, whatever, it sucks.
It's not a good card. I don't know why people keep trying to make it happen.
Rivendell, one of Rush's worst songs. Just terrible.
Huh?
Rush wrote a song called Rivendell.
Did they?
About Rivendell. On Fly By Night, yeah.
Midnight Clock going in the deck.
That's your first album as a new drummer. You're like, hey guys, I wrote a song about Lord of the Rings. And they're like, that sounds fucking terrible, dog. He's like, you loved it when Led Zeppelin did it. And they're like, oh, that's true, we did. And that's why we got stuck with Rush thinking that people wanted like them to wear robes and stuff, right?
Yeah.
I blame people not immediately riding against the song Rivendell.
Otherwise, incredible band.
I guess.
You guess.
One of my favorite
Shut
bands,
up.
but
Shut up.
However,
we're not doing this right now. I will hear no slander.
Three-quarters of
Rush,
half of Fly By Night, basically all of Caress of Steel, just unlistenable. They didn't write a good song until 1981. Great band.
Unbelievably good band. Rush is your favorite band's favorite band.
Rush was I don't know. Rush might be my favorite band, but God, did they not write a good song until 1980?
Yeah, some bands take longer to figure it out.
Are we almost done? How are we looking?
We're moving this thing over to Architect right now.
How many cards we got?
We are currently sitting at...
Is this a Temple of the False God deck? Ew. There's no such thing as a Temple of the False God deck.
Yeah, so Temple of the False God's a tough one. Currently we're sitting at 75 cards, and I've got 9 lands in, so that is at 34. That's 34 lands.
We have lots of lands. We have a shitload of lands.
I said that's 34 lands, not including MDFCs.
Yeah.
Which I think is actually probably basically just about the right number. That sounds right to me.
Gitrog Monster's a Temple of the False God deck.
Yeah, it is. Because you're gonna get so many lands out really fast. The Gitrog Monster ramps incredibly fast.
Buddy, all I'd build is ramp decks.
I hate to say this, but we might have this deck is already at $37 too. I mean, it's like nothing.
You want to play some bet cards?
Like, there's a couple cards in here that don't have there's one card here that draws the defeat that doesn't have a price on it, but because it's not out yet. But this deck is dirt cheap. I mean, this is a $37 deck right now, and it's functionally done. We've got the right amount of lands.
All the goddamn rares in it too.
We put a bunch of rare, it's just a bunch of cheap rares that nobody plays because they're too expensive. And we said, fuck it. And we even threw the reality chip in. That's $37 with a $5 reality chip in, or $4 reality chip.
Well, I guess.
I don't know what you want me to do, but
Well, we will make sure that this deck feels.
I mean.
Guys, the deck you sent me, really good. I won every game. It's $11, and I can't help but feel like.
I can't help but feel like we gypped somebody here, but
something I don't mean to sound ungrateful. I wouldn't have made any changes to the deck. It plays great.
Yeah.
I just feel like somebody else got $55 deck last.
You know what? Let's just. I'm gonna throw some lands in this thing. Actually, what I'm gonna do first? I'm gonna get the streamer. I'm gonna give the giveaway going.
Or what's the other one? The one that lets you draw your old deck.
Oh, I mean, Omniscience casts stuff for free.
Yeah, I mean, Omniscience, but no, is Omniscience 8 or less?
10.
Or more?
It's 10.
It's 10. Yeah, that's what I thought.
So you don't get it for free no matter what. So
we'll have
that
to pay
sucks.
it.
Yeah, you have to hard cast it.
Hard casting Omniscience and our don't pay for your
Yeah,
mana spell
that
deck is
that
a
would
little
suck.
awkward.
That would suck. All right, so the giveaway is live. It is !Marvo, so !Marvo to enter to win this Marvo Deep Operative deck.
Wait, is the deck done? How many cards are in it?
There's
How many
30,
lands, I mean?
34 lands, not including MDFCs.
That's
basically exactly right.
34. Yeah,
That's like exactly the right number. Somehow, I think we somehow like ended on like we just like ended on a complete and basically great deck, just right off the bat, no tweaking necessary.
Yeah, I think we just nailed it. Man, we didn't put that card in.
Oh yeah, that card.
The one we started. Disinformation campaign or whatever.
Oh yeah, we didn't even put it in.
We didn't even put it in the deck.
All right, Marvo has got to be set as the commander.
Have we playtest? Yeah, we'll probably.
We're gonna. I'm putting lands in it right now to playtest it just to see what's going on here.
Yeah.
Let's set this at 17.
So for the new folks, every single week we you enter the giveaway and we will mail you.
We will literally mail you this deck.
Yep. We like to give stuff away. And so we can't be giving away. We can't be building $1,000 decks, is what we're saying. But I'll tell you, I have a couple of these. Levi's couple of these. Sometimes these decks work out pretty well.
Some of these decks really the 3-dog deck that we built a while back is unbelievably good.
And you see some shit like that, and you're like, I don't think the bracket system is ready for synergy.
Yeah,
like honestly, if a deck just goes off like that because of pure synergy, then that is magic working as intended. And anytime your deck doesn't work like that, it's not because it's a lower bracket. It's because you were putting non-synergistic cards like Rhystic Study in your deck, and you should stop doing that.
You can keep
That's
that.
what I think.
Let's draw a card.
I have very strong opinions about Magic the Gathering.
We'll flip that. Play that as a dual.
That's
land.
a lot of. That's what I.
Bip-a-doo.
You play that as for blue.
Yeah, we'll play it for as the there. What's this? Nothing there. What is
the Alessia deck you won a while back was good. Yeah. And honestly, I think we just used the fundamentals of deck building and the tools provided to us, and it just like. Not surprisingly, just kind of gets there.
Okay, so we're there. Nothing really to do right now. What's Discovery? Oh, that works. We'll do that.
Well,
Surveil 2, then draw a card.
If you are lucky enough to win the drawing for the deck you wanted, everybody remember you can go over to our Architect page, and all of the decks we build are in Architect on the EDA Trek cast Architect page, and you can just like throw that in your EDA Trek clipboard and buy that from a site or get that from Cardsphere or whatever. So we like to another good aspect of having it be a $50 deck is if you like don't win it but you did want to build it, it's $50 and then you have to pay. That's a good point, but like every time I'm like, I'm not going to pay $50 for an EDH deck. I'll just build with the thousands and thousands of dollars I have and save money by, and then I still end up spending like $50 on last minute stuff for the deck anyway. So I'm a terrible budget builder.
So we're doing a clash. It's 3 mana. It's Retreat to Coral Helm. We're going to say, we'll say
there
if it's
0 entries in the drawing. What did you do?
Is you know what I should do? Is I should actually start the giveaway.
Oh,
wait, hold on 1 second. What is it? Okay, the giveaway is now active.
You're killing me, Smalls. $50 for us is like $100 New Zealand plus $50 shipping. Oh, it's brutal. Somebody should be.
There we go. Now we're good. Okay, so everybody who wants to win this deck, now you do it. Now you can jump in and do the giveaway. So it's ! Marvo, ! Marvo. Okay, so we're gonna put. I think we're gonna put Retreat to Coral Helm on bottom. Move to bottom of library.
So
We're gonna say
We
if
did
it's
nothing our first 5 turns except play our commander and then immediately
lose a clash,
Is
then
that
lose a
what the fuck just
clash. That's exactly what happened.
Yikes. Still 0 entries.
Why is it saying 0 entries?
Oh, I know. You did something wrong.
This is weird because it's now. Hold on a second. Let me just start a brand new one. Let me just try this again. Okay, try it now. Someone type it in now and see if it works. Let's see.
Oh no, that's not a commander. That's a disease
Someone
your
just-
dog gets at the kennel. Never mind.
It's still saying. Why is it still saying 0 entries? What the hell's going on right now?
Because it's not working. What's that noise mean?
Why is this not working? I mean, it says Marvo deck on there. Why is it not doing the giveaway? This is nuts.
Have you not started it?
It's
again?
yeah, it started. I'm looking at it right now. I'm looking at it right now. It says it's going, but it's not. Hold on, let me make sure. I don't know. Let me just retype it and just see if there's like something weird going on.
Maybe we won't give this deck away.
So exclamation point. Let's just go exclamation point deck giveaway. No, let's do we'll do exclamation point Marvo deck. I don't know. Maybe it just didn't like.
Let's keep it simple. Exclamation point deck.
Well, we used to do deck exclamation point deck giveaway. Okay, we're gonna do exclamation point Marvo deck.
Somehow not linked to Twitch.
I mean, you have to be linked. You have to be like signed in with Twitch to even like get to the site. So like, it's try that. Is it working now?
Nope.
What the hell is going on? I don't understand. Damn, guys. Okay.
I feel like people are typing random shit hoping to get that.
I know. Dude, I feel bad because now they're just.
This is a mod only command.
All right.
Well, we have the same winner as last week.
Let's just try something here. Let's just.
Winner is EDH Rec Admin.
This is annoying because I'm doing the same thing I do every single week. Okay, I've signed out. We're signing.
That? Bring all the comedy to a screeching halt.
To be frank, that happened as soon as we brought you on the show.
What do you mean? I was here before you. What do you mean? We brought me on the show. I started the show. What are you talking about?
What do you mean? You didn't start the show.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't. How'd you start the show?
It's my show.
Okay, it's just exclamation point Marvo now.
I've heard that before.
Let's just see.
I hope I win it. That would be so funny. If there are 500 entries and I win it. 0 so far, man.
It
still
still
not.
says 0. What? I don't understand why it's not working. I genuinely don't understand what is going on right now.
How do we pick?
Well,
a winner.
Let's see. It's open.
How about a trivia contest?
It's open to all. What if I do this? If I do that,
I don't like.
See, like
when you
figure something
maybe
out
and then you're like, I know how to do it forever, and then it doesn't work one time.
I know that's right. That's what's really annoying. Is like this particular part of the stream has never failed.
Streamer giveaway. No,
maybe maybe their servers are not working properly. Here's what we can do. We have two options. Actually, the best option I think is we just say we won't give this away deck. We'll give this deck away next week along with the deck that we build next week.
Let's not blame the 500 extra viewers for the stream. I think that finally as a brand, EDH Rec is sort of just getting out there with more stuff. So that's a result of like the great AMAs that Andy Zupke's been doing. We're just getting more subscribers and more people are getting notified when we go live. I really appreciate it. But it's not like we appreciate the people who are here at day one even less.
Yeah, I
Quite
mean,
the opposite.
especially shout out to the people that were, watching all the way back in the Whatnot days.
Oh, the Whatnot days. Remember we would give away booster packs?
So XA says best option is one of them wheel things to do it manually.
What is manual though? Do we have a list of?
So I could do one of the wheel things if I had it like set up to do that, but I don't, and I don't know how to do that in like 2 minutes. Like I could figure it out in a half an hour, but I don't know if I know how to do it like immediately. So, what do you think, Jason?
Do you want to give away multiple decks next week, or what do you want to do?
That's what I'm thinking is like if for whatever reason, if this site is not going to work this week, what if we just say we'll give this one away next week, we'll give the deck rebuild next week away.
Yeah.
We'll give them both away next week. That seems like a decent solution to this.
Yeah. Also, this show cost us $50 to produce.
Export a list of people
So
in the
if we
stream
gave
to
away
accept.
5
Is
decks
that even
next
a
week,
thing?
it's still just like not that much money.
What'd you say?
I'm saying if we gave away 5 decks, we build budget decks.
Yeah.
So like,
how about this? How about this? How about this? What if we did? We'll give this deck away this week, and since we're only at $37 for this deck, what if next week we build a $100 deck?
Yeah, or whatever. Like, we're sorry this isn't working, but
yeah,
like,
this
our job is to hit the button.
For all the people, for all the people that are tuning into the stream for the first time, I apologize because this is there was a bit for a while for about a year where like just every week something different would be just weird on the stream for a little bit, and then we'd get it fixed and it would be fine or whatever. This is the only thing that has never failed us. Like this giveaway plugin has always worked. So that's why
like the ship of Theseus of failure.
One thing I am going to do right now, though, is I'm going to put the link to this Architect page into the chat. So if anyone wants to check this deck out or just buy it for yourself, it is right there available to you.
If someone could buy this deck and give it away in chat somehow, that would be a huge help because we don't know how to do that right now.
I just for some reason I'm not sure why this giveaway is not working. It doesn't.
We look really fucking incompetent. Like, why couldn't we poop the bed when there were?
I don't think we do. I think it's more of just like shit happens sometimes.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And that's just kind of how it is some days. Let me just see. Let me refresh this.
Some days the deck just comes together for $37 and it just everything feels good.
Yeah. And then the giveaway thing just shits the bed and you're like,
I think this deck is so good. I think it's like 90% the EDH rec page for Marvo.
There's a decent chunk of it that is the EDH page for Marvo, but like we also did some funny things with it with the rooms and stuff like that.
Yeah, with the land cycling.
Yeah, the land cycling, the rooms, and all that. We did some interesting things with it.
Whatever, it's fun.
Edzilla says, "Oh my god, you guys are so bad. I'm never watching again." You know what, Edzilla? Thank you for watching. It's very polite of you.
Didn't Edzilla like subscribe today?
Yeah, I think Edzilla literally just followed 3 minutes ago. Edzilla followed 3 minutes ago. Yeah, that's not ideal. Follows 3.
We were giving decks away, but
he follows it. Yeah, Edzilla follows, and 3 minutes later, just out. Alrighty. Well, I think that's the plan. Is we're gonna give away this deck and the deck we build next week.
And nuts and trashy merch.
We should honestly, if we could get somebody to draw us up like a funny.
What do you mean if? We know every Magic artist.
That's true. Let's like get a Magic artist to make us like a custom playmat that's the nuts and trashy deck building and story time hour.
All right, I like it.
Yeah,
but it has to look like the Chippendale Rescue Rangers.
And it's got Tanuki balls on it.
Yeah. Oh.
Is it nuts and scratch? Is it nuts and? I thought it was nuts and trashy.
Well, okay. So chat said nuts and trashy because like that sounds like the names of 2 squirrels.
Well, right? No, it isn't because nuts and trashy came from the time we looked up Tanukis, and the second picture was just like Tanuki nuts right on the screen.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah, that was when nuts came from it, and I was like,
And
well,
they're
that's
like,
basically
they're
a
trash pandas.
they're basically a raccoon, so it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's nuts and trashy, and I'm definitely nuts, and you're definitely trashy.
I'm definitely trashy.
Yeah, no question about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
And then I just started saying nuts and scratchy a lot.
yeah, it's definitely nuts and trashy though. That's the.
So our merch will just be us as the Rescue Rangers.
Yeah, one of us is nuts, one was trashy, and then someone just started saying scratchy. But
It was me.
nuts, trashy, and scratchy.
I'll own it. I said scratchy.
Yeah, it's you. I would love to do some sort of nuts and trashy merch, whether it's like a play mat or something like that. I think that'd be fun.
Well, yeah, then I don't know. You're making it sound like it's harder to pull off than it is. Like, it turns out if you want your own merch, you could just always do the same thing.
Yeah, you could.
Right? If you're like, it's cool that the spike feeders have dice. Well, you can have dice. We have Brainstorm Brewery dice. They're pink. No one cares. The point is, don't let your dreams be memes. Just make merch. Oh, I don't make content and no one understands my inside joke. Who cares? Go make
I don't. Yeah, I don't care about that at all.
You can make one playmat on Inked, right?
Yeah, so
go make your own merch.
We have
go be your own biggest fan.
We have fun custom playmats.
Who's your favorite deck builder? Better be you. Well, why don't you have a playmat for your favorite deck builder?
Just with your own face on it.
Yeah. Why not?
And you just like making like a disgusted face.
It's not against the law to make your own merch.
Yeah, but it's like
a brand or anything.
Oh, right? I have made multiple custom inked playmats.
That's what I'm saying.
And I also
no one can stop you from just being like, hey,
I also have a
podcast.
I also have a custom one from Jankmats, who also makes very nice playmats.
Oh, did Jankmats give you money to mention them?
No, I just also have a custom. I have a custom playmat from them.
Honestly, I don't.
Inked and Jankmats both make very good playmats.
This show is brought to you by no brands currently.
Yeah,
this not sponsored.
Yeah. We're also, fun fact, this show is not sponsored by anybody.
We are EDH Rec. In fact, we are usually the ones who do the sponsoring. So this show is brought to you by the people we pay to say EDH Rec is good.
Yeah.
The Professor, Command Zone, EDH at Home, I think. I don't know. We've advertised with a lot of streamers because we just like when people do a good job.
Do we have EDH Rec playmats available for sale someplace?
No, I don't think that's a complicated question because no one knows whose job it is to make those playmats happen, but everyone agrees that someone should do it.
I feel like a nice clean black one with just a nice white logo in the middle and just a really nice and clean one I think would be really good.
We tried selling EDH Rec mats back in our Whatnot days. It went okay. If I thought that, you know what? Maybe we will. Maybe we'll get some more merch up.
There you go.
I just know that like if you have merch, you have to have someone. You have to have like credit card processing, and then you have to have a person who does all the orders and stuff like that, and like. You go into it, you're like, wow, we got to pay a whole guy to do this. And then you get like 7 orders in like 6 months.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh no. So
yeah,
it's either like, we don't want to do it because it'll be someone's full-time job to sell playmats versus we don't want to only sell 11 playmats.
The way you would want to do it to not have to like hire a person to do that is you would like have like, that or like, either Kickstarter or you would have it set up as like I said, like a creator store or something like that on one of the custom mat sites.
Yeah.
Which like all of them have like a creator's corner or whatever you want to call it, where it's just everybody has their own custom designs and people just order them as they go type of thing. So
we're not giving the deck away.
So we're not going to give the deck away this week.
So what?
But we will give it away next week.
I'm not
honestly nothing. We're just sitting there BS. We're just sitting here BSing.
It's not like it's 9:01. We got to get out of here. I don't know. Did everyone have a good week? What's everyone?
You know what we could do since we didn't give a deck away this week? We could do the Spellify.
Oh, let's do today's Spellify.
Let's do today's Spellify. Okay. Today's Spellify. We've got an artifact. It's got 2 different abilities on it.
There's an apostrophe S.
There is an apostrophe, so it's Enter? No. No. It's
But it's not the name of the card.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 letters with an apostrophe S.
So the first ability is something add.
It's
Probably
add mana. Oh, is this? Wait, is this like
a vault?
It's not like Thran Dynamo. No, it's Oh wait. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's do a letter. Let's do a P.
Oh, Basalt Monolith.
Basalt Monolith. BASALTMONOLITH. It might actually be Basalt Monolith. Let's put a B in. If it's the first letter, it's Basalt Monolith. It is. It's got to be Basalt Monolith.
Well, some days you eat the bar, and some days the bar eats you, I guess.
There also is a hard version of this too. So Basalt Monolith. Bam. That was a good guess. All right. So let's try the hard mode one. Okay.
But like the abilities on the card made it very
sure.
clear. It was,
okay.
So
we've got, this looks like a legendary creature. I'm going to go ahead and say it's probably a legendary creature, and it's probably an elf cleric. Owl cleric, elf cleric.
Legendary.
What do we got? So it's
Legendary
1, 2, 3,
creature.
4, comma something. So it's the name of the legend is four letters. Let's just see. Is it an elf cleric? It's not an elf cleric.
Is it not Belbay?
What?
Belbay.
Belbay?
Belbe.
Well, it's only 4 letters for the name.
Oh, okay. Well, then it's not Belbay.
So it's not Belbay. Let's see. Legendary creature is something cleric. It's not an elf cleric. Is it
Owl cleric?
I was saying owl cleric was the only other one I thought. No, it's not that. But it's something. Oh, is it a fox cleric? Nope. Is it? Oh gosh. Core cleric?
Core.
Oh, core. It is a core cleric. Okay.
Something Is it 2 words? It's like a thing, and then
So it's a name. It's a 4-letter name, and then it's then it's just 2 words.
Yeah, a 4-letter name, comma something.
Yeah.
Yeah, core for surezies. Hang on.
Core cleric. As a legend?
It's a legend, yeah. Well, who's a legendary? Who's the chick that always fights Soren? What's her name?
Oh,
the Stoneforge mystic, planeswalker. What's her name? Nahiri? Well, it can't be Nahiri.
It's not Nahiri. Yeah.
Well, I mean, how? Man,
let's look like an N.
But like core cleric is like, oh, it didn't say core cleric on it back in 1997 when it was printed.
Right. Aelith says it may perhaps be similar to my name.
Oh, so it's Ailey. That's not a hint. You just told us that it's Ailey. Ailey, the black-white card from whatever the cohort set was. AYLI.
Yeah, so it's Ailey Eternal
Pilgrim.
Yeah, Ailey Eternal Pilgrim. Yep.
That was a good hint.
That was a good hint.
It's just so
Ailey Eternal Pilgrim. I don't know if I would have ever come up with that.
I wouldn't. Yeah, we needed chat's help for real today.
Congratulations, everybody. All right.
Cool.
Good stuff. All right. Well, since we did the Spellify, I think we're going to wrap it up for next week, but for this week. But remember that next week we are going to give away this Marvo Deep Operative deck, assuming I can get the stream giveaway thing going again, which I will figure it out. So yes, this Marvo deck we'll be giving it away next week, as well as whatever deck we build next week. So
so I thought Aelith did the puzzle already. It turns out Aelith just saw Ailey and went, "Yep."
I think that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. So everybody, thank you for tuning in. We will see especially for everybody that's tuning in for the first time as well.
Yeah, and so if you didn't subscribe because of this show. You watch something else and you're like, oh, hey, they're doing more stuff. We're adding even more stuff. In the pipe, we're looking at having comedian Mike Carosa do some sort of game show / trivia thing come out here pretty soon. We're going to be doing a lots more with the What's Up interviews on Tuesdays. And we're going to be adding even more exciting programming in the coming years.
I believe gameplay streams are coming down the pipe at some point.
Coming. Yeah. Yep. So definitely get the notification icon highlighted so you get a notification whenever we go live, because when this channel goes live, it's, depending on the day of the week, it'll be a completely different program. We're adding new stuff. A lot of you came in from seeing YouTube. You saw the interviews with Gavin and Eric Klug on YouTube, and you came over here to Twitch. We really appreciate it. We've been doing this show for a while, and things are really fired on all cylinders. So now we are, I don't know, we feel better about giving away more money. So maybe we'll do 2 decks a week or something. Who knows? The future of the show is just having fun on here. So
we're up.
Get notified whenever EDH Rec Twitch goes live, because depending on the day, it could be a completely different program. So thanks so much for watching, everybody, for coming over from YouTube. We really appreciate it. It's been very gratifying. And we'll figure out how to give you prizes.
Actually, we're over a year and a half now. In August, it'll be at the beginning of August this year. It'll be 2 years doing this show.
Yeah, and I do like the idea of having people who have won decks play some spell table with them.
Yeah. Yep. I also, we just got to see if we can make it work, type of thing.
Yep.
So yeah, everybody, like I said, everybody, thank you for tuning in. All to the new people, hope you enjoyed the show. Like I said, I'm sorry we couldn't give away a deck this week, but if you come back next week, you could have 2 chances to win a deck, either this one or just whatever we build next week. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and we will see you all again next time. Actually, you know what we're gonna do? Let's get a raid. Let's put a raid together.
Oh yeah,
let's put a raid together. I always mean to do that, and I just totally forget about it.
Who do you want to hit? 3-3 Elk or
are they online?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah, 3-3 Elk's online and playing Magic.
That's perfect. Let's see here. Is it just 3-3_elk? Yeah. So 3-3 Elk's going to be getting a raid from us. So everybody enjoyed hanging out over in Elk's stream, and then we will see you all again next week. So later.
Thanks, everybody. See you next week.
Ultimately, I think it betrays the theme less.
Oh, rating with a party of 19.
Yeah, so not
Thank you for the 19.